Jejo, this is the same question for your the other candidate. Third, who would be your main enablers and who would be your main supporters?
Well, for enablers, I think that our primary enablers are our financial partners, which would be able to help us make our operations and our projects more sustainable. However, our supporters are more of the learning partners, and I believe that the alumni are actually our best source of learning partners. Because if they support us with their knowledge and their expertise, if they share this with us, we would be more equipped to continue and push on with our operations.
Which specific segment of the alumni as the sponsor? Targeting next specific segment.
Well, for the alumni, I don't think there should be a particular segment. That in general, the alumni should actually be more encouraged. We should actually encourage our alumni to be invited to and share their experiences with us even here. Because there's no such thing as excessive knowledge, and I believe that additional knowledge would be beneficial to everyone. For the financial partners, it would be advisable for us to tap more into those companies that are more willing to give cash rather than those that give exchange deals and in-kind partnerships. Because for us, the financial partnerships would be readily available for us at our disposal. Wherein if we tap companies that usually give support in kind, it would be actually hard for us to liquidate, and somehow we're at a loss at there.
Which segment where people who are accomplished, what are the gifts
One way said if you wanted to do market research and segmentation to targeting to positioning. So what particular sectors, like for example, what business sectors are you planning on having? What opportunities are there in particular sectors in society right now?
Maybe to be more into the service industry and BPOs instead of fast food.
Last, how would you how would you position, considering the enablers and supporters you have identified, how would you position the organization and its forefront of the possible partners?
Well, in positioning our products to the financial partners, maybe we could emphasize more that most of our operations actually have a good publicity and reach, especially our projects. And it's actually because that's what they really want. Well, while for the supporters, maybe we could position to them our TLP and TLP programs in such a way that we could make them feel that they are directly involved in the continuous development and delivery of these programs to our members.
Different.
You were saying a while ago that our main supporters will be the alumni. How do you plan on engaging them, and what kind of relationship do you wish to establish with them, given that you haven't had much experience in dealing with alumni yet? How do you plan on engaging them, and what kind of relationship do you personally want to establish with them, given that you haven't really had much experience in dealing?
Well, for the engagement, I have had some consultations with people who were previously involved with alumni relations. And they said that in general, alumni are easy to engage if you actually make opportunities for them to get to see each other. This particular person has said that the best way to actually engage them and get them reconnected with us is to make opportunities for them to see each other, see their peers, see their AIESEC batchmates. And a relationship with them, maybe we should capitalize more on their willingness to become learning partners because they don't really like giving out financial support or things like that, but they're more than willing to give out their time, a few hours of their time in order for them to be able to train us to become better AIESECers. And that I wish to establish a stronger relationship between our alumni as mentors and the present members of the LC as their mentees.
Alright. I have some couple questions, pero kinumbayin ko na lang. First of all, what are your financial goals, if you have any? And if so, what are your marketing strategies that will support this goal?
It would be, I don't have a finance background or anything, so I actually personally find it hard to be able to establish financial goals at this point. Once we have a clearer picture of our operations for the next term, then it would be safer to establish more reasonable goals.
Alright. Another question. You've said a lot about being able to engage the alumni. What about vice versa? How can our members be engaged by the alumni even more? In the sense that we won't only know the famous people of the alumni, but even those who are, not so big names in the alumni base.
Well, in that area, sir, I think it would be my alumni member mixers. I think it would actually be a great opportunity for us to get to know the alumni in general. Because in inviting alumni, I don't think we should actually focus on the people who have already quote-unquote made it in life. I think we should focus more on those who are actually more available and also trying to get their case because they are actually the people who have more experience and they could share more things with us. Yes.
So I think being part of ER, you're really at the forefront of getting in touch with companies. And with your experience so far in ER, what do you think the current trends that the corporate sector want that the LC can capitalize on for any strategy?
So corporate trends and how we can capitalize on this.
That's more control. I don't know if I should allow this.
Well, based on my experience in being AVP for non-ex, I noticed that most of our partners are actually those in the fast-moving consumer goods industry and in general, those that actually sell tangible products. And this may be a reason why what we're getting as support would be gift certificates, exchange deals, and other products in kind. Well, this is really the trend, that it's easier for us to be able to tap these kinds of partners. However, this really poses a problem to us, especially the liquidation of these assets. And to be honest, actually what our external partners want is basically publicity. The sad reality is that sometimes they don't really care about what our program is. All they care about is the reach and how big our products are for them. And service companies, those companies that don't really give cash. I mean, those companies that actually give cash more often because they don't really have goods to give to us, aren't really interested in that much. Well, if we actually have projects that are more tapped towards the young sector or maybe yuppies or something around that age group, maybe we could actually be able to tap those companies that are more capable and are more able in giving cash rather than sponsorships in kind.
How do you ensure that each sub-function is well-staffed, given that you want to give members autonomy as to ER functions?
Some functions are well staffed.
Yeah. How do you ensure that they're well-staffed, given that you were saying that you want to give them autonomy?
Well, we should not, and I think that we should not compromise the talent plan in such a way that I would really encourage that ER members, and maybe actually not just ER members, all AIESECers would be capable at the very least of selling the AIESEC products. We should really promote a sales culture within the LC. And if we really promote that sales culture, especially within ER. For example, if a member who is currently supporting a project is already finished, the project is already done and wants to go for exchange support, maybe that member can actually go to exchange support and not be lost because that member is still equipped with the basic knowledge in selling